Shall we start? Okay. I really hope that you enjoyed the museum. Now I would like you to invite you to become better acquainted with the Etrog Trovitz family tree that came about through the joint research efforts of the family and the museum staff, and joins the museum permanent exhibit. In the hope it will stimulate researchers and others seeking their family's roots. I would like to invite Uri, one of the people responsible. Where is Uri?
After the display.
For this research, and our archivist. And Uri, may I take this opportunity to thank you deeply.
Thank you. But of course, Judy was working, we worked together, all the staff, and you can leave it also.
Here's for Judy!
The beginning was in 2005. In my work in the archive, one of the major things is about genealogy. Many people come from the country, from abroad, all over the world, and ask about the roots of the family and about the graves. And in 2005 came a couple, Mark and Karen, because they were celebrating the 20 year of marriage, yes, and they come to Tzfat, and they come to the museum, and we were sitting and speaking, and they, like Judy said in the beginning, in Tzfat, there is not a coincidence. Before they come, I think 2 years or 3 years, came another family, Mira, with her son Yoav, to the archive. We were sitting, and Yoav were doing a research on the family. So this was the first thing that I got about the family from the family. Because you know, and this is also opportunity to ask you, if you want documents and stories and so on the families, mostly you have got it from the family, because the family has most of the things. So if somebody wanted to be here in the archive, please send us. So you have sent me also things, and when Mark and Karen came, I have the address, I have some things, and I make the contact between them. And as you know, Mark and Karen, he take the car and go to Tel Aviv to meet, like us. And this was a very good contact, and from this, I think it was, like you say, the start. This was the start of the project. Then Mark came another time alone, I think after 3 years, and this was the time that we started about thinking about the display and so on. And then he came another time for 1 week to work with us, to help us, to get more things. So this is the start of the project, and I'm very happy that you can see. Now, Yossi, please.
Okay, I'd like to give a short history of the family. It's going to be short, and then explain to you some highlights of the table itself. The two main personalities I will pick to begin the trees. Of course, trees go back many generations. Okay, but in this case, we have about 4 or 5 generations, but mainly 2 generations, and here, this table is more horizontal than it is vertical. Okay? Where 2 families were picked, and some other families are told about also. The Trovitz family, the Etrog family, and added on we have here the Bach family, the Herman families, other families, and the beginning begins with Sender Trovitz and Rabbi Nachum Etrog, who both came as children. Sender was an infant who came to Eretz Israel in 1877. Rabbi Nachum Etrog came as a child at the age of 6 with his grandfather to Eretz Israel, the middle of the 19th century. They both came with their parents or grandparents from Europe. From Romania, both Etrog, no. Trovitz family came from Uman, the famous Uman in Ukraine. Okay? Etrog came from Romania, from Yassi.
From Yassi.
Yassi in Romania. And they came apart, right? Only later on, they were connected. Later on, we'll see soon. I want to give a few highlights of 3 personalities that were researched, and hopefully more research will be done on more personalities. The ones that were researched more are Sender Trovitz, Rabbi Nachum Etrog, who was already named Etrog when he came here. Before he came with the name Etrog, although the original name I don't think we know. And Sender Nachum and his son, Rabbi Yitzchak David Etrog. I think he's known more as Rabbi David Etrog, whose daughter Malka is sitting with us today. And the only person here in this room who is photographed and can see herself on the luach, on the table, is Malka today. Okay? A few words about Sender Trovitz. He was born in 1877. He arrived here as a small infant, and he was in commerce. He got an education, a religious education, just like everybody else here. He went into commerce. He was a banker. I think the most interesting thing that I found here, he was almost assassinated by the Arab villagers around here because he was a successful Jew, had good contacts with first the Turks and then the British. And he was wounded and brought to Beirut, where Baruch Hashem, he got better, got well, and came back to Tzfat. He was a well-known man, and he was a civic servant. He was part of many committees and did many good deeds here in Tzfat. And in the end, he passed away in Tzfat and is buried in Tzfat. Okay, בבקשה.
היה סיפור במשפחה עליו כשהוא נפצע, בראש הוא נפצע.
In his head, כן.
שהוא, הרופא או מי ששם לא היה, אני יודעת, הכניסו שיפוד למקום כדי לשמוע אם הקליע עדיין בפנים, והקליע היה בפנים, ואז עם הקליע בראש, שם אותו על פרידה או על משהו.
These are details I don't think they know about how it works.
A joke about it now. You can sit down here if you want, please. Sit down.
Okay, we have here details of how he was wounded in the head and how the bullet was stayed inside until it was taken out in the hospital in Beirut. Alexandria. Okay, here it's we know about Beirut. He was taken on camelback. Maybe it's a legend in your family, taken by camel to Beirut. That's what we know. And there he came out of the hospital, came back. In any case, how is he connected? His daughter, Chana Rachel, married Rabbi Yitzchak David Etrog in a very famous marriage that took place here in Tzfat. That's the connection. A shidduch, that's right.
A good shidduch.
That's Sender Trovitz.